The opening minutes of an international fixture run on pure adrenaline. The ball ricochets between passing lanes as defensive structures scramble to close the gaps and survive the initial surge. The stadium itself acts as a pressure cooker. With 70% of the stands draped in blue and white, a severe psychological baseline is established before the whistle even blows. That pressure finds its release valve early. Medina threads a precise ball from the left flank, and Lionel Messi converts it to mark his 17th World Cup goal. 17 is a statistical outlier. When plotting historical data for international tournaments, a number this high requires continuous elite output across multiple generations of a player's career. Consistently producing numbers in this top percentile is rarely the result of isolated individual brilliance. In the modern game, sustained scoring is the terminal output of a highly engineered tactical system. To understand how these statistical milestones are achieved, we have to deconstruct how Argentina shifts between tactical phases. There is an extreme contrast at play. Out of possession, they operate as a strictly regimented defensive block. With the ball, they dissolve into an asymmetrical, fluid attacking unit. Within this shifting structure, Messi operates as a spatial anomaly, manipulating geometric voids across the pitch. Offensive fluidity requires an immovable defensive bedrock to launch from. For Argentina, this foundation is a strict 4-5-1 out-of-possession block. The anchor of this system is the center-back pair. Cristian Romero acts as the physical enforcer, maintaining the exact depth of the backline. In front of him sits the midfield shield. Rodrigo De Paul's specific positioning dictates the shape of the entire block, ensuring the midfield and defensive lines remain tightly connected. This diagram shows the resulting formation. 10 outfield players form a highly compressed 4-5-1 grid, maintaining strict horizontal discipline. The shape operates by systematically denying space in the center of the pitch. By remaining compact, it forces the opposition into low-probability passing lanes, pushing the ball outward. De Paul functions as the mechanical sweeper within this grid. He preemptively shifts laterally to cut off aggressive passing vectors, neutralizing counterattacks before they breach the final third. This shape functions as a compressed spring, primed to expand the moment the opponent overcommits. The phase shift triggers the exact second possession is secured. The rigid 4-5-1 dissolves instantly. Enzo Fernández operates as the central pivot. He collects the ball deep, bridging the gap between the defensive recovery and forward progression. Simultaneously, attacking connectors like Julian Alvarez push high up the pitch, establishing aggressive pressure points on the opponent's backline. This pitch map illustrates the next phase. Against an entrenched static defense, Argentina deploys a network of rapid, overlapping passing triangles to move the ball quickly. They abandon balance entirely. By deliberately overloading the right flank, the formation becomes heavily asymmetrical, forcing the defensive line to stretch laterally to compensate. These rapid passing circuits require continuous adjustment from the defenders. Eventually, those adjustments lead to micro-errors. A defender steps up half a second too late, and the unified line begins to stagger. Structural fluidity paired with calculated heavy overloads provides the mathematical solution required to break down deep-lying modern defenses. Even with perfect transitional mechanics, dismantling a world-class defensive block requires an apex variable, a player who breaks the established spatial logic of the pitch. Lionel Messi functions as a deliberate spatial anomaly within the system. This relies on the concept of off-ball gravity. His physical location on the field distorts the positioning of the opposition, regardless of whether he has the ball. This map tracks his specific movement during the build-up. Notice his slow, lateral drift into the right half space, occupying the defensive blind spots between the midfield and defensive lines. It is a calculated delay. By occupying passive zones, he forces the defensive nodes into a state of hesitation. They are instinctively drawn toward him, causing their defensive grid to pinch inward. You can map this gravitational pull directly. 3 distinct defenders are pulled entirely out of their assigned territorial zones, abandoning the wing to monitor a single player. This compression yields a mechanical payoff. By pulling the defense to the right, a massive spatial void opens on the opposite flank. This is the exact corridor Medina exploits for the line-breaking pass. The physical strain on the defensive system reaches its limit. Under invisible pressure, the structural integrity of the backline simply snaps. His off-ball positioning functions as an active exploit designed to mathematically solve the opposition's defensive equation. Applying this model brings us back to the final minutes of the match and the scrappy sequence leading to his 18th tournament goal. The statistical ceiling moves one notch higher, locking in at 18. This map demonstrates the complete model in motion. The rigid 4-5-1 block absorbs the attack, instantly expands asymmetrically, and rapidly cycles the ball forward. With the defense collapsing inward on the primary threat, the secondary scoring lane is left completely exposed. This massive offensive output is entirely dependent on the time and space secured by the 4-5-1 defensive stability. Argentina's engine operates by converting raw defensive discipline into offensive geometry. That structural foundation is what allows their apex variable to systematically dismantle defensive lines and rewrite the record books.